Spending a week on Alabama Gulf Shore Coast, Buena Vista Resort. So what's good? What's good about here, and why are we still here? The resort is located right across the street from the beach, or the coastline, and they said this is the prettiest beach in America, but I'm not so sure. I'm from Croatia, so we have our own opinion. So let's take a look. Motor coach resort, of course. It's gated. You get access key when you register, so we're gonna go in the side door. So this is exclusively Class A, which means no trailers. Everybody has to be at least 32 feet long. Lots are individually owned, and right now there are only 30 lots. They are finished, completed. They're adding another. There are two other sections, so it's going to be total about 110. It's voted 2 years in a row that's the best RV resort on the beach, but then again, I don't know how many of those are here. So we had a beautiful time last night with the fire pit. We started it about an hour and a half or so. Had some really good time here. So, oh, that's us parked. It's been a good week here. This is a beautiful pool. I don't know what they call this pool, but we don't get to use it because it is cold. Being in the winter, and this would be too hard to heat. However, there's a second indoor pool which is heated, so we did use that. So, but this makes a beautiful picture. One of the gems outside our resort is Gulf State Park. Beautiful area, well developed for cycling and running. About 27 miles of trails. I don't know how many acres, but it's a huge park, really well done. Probably a few miles of a boardwalk, which we rode on yesterday. And the state also runs a large campground, which is pretty much booked all the time because the rates are good and location is great. So enjoy it. If you like outdoors, it's a good place to come out. I want to summarize our week stay in Buena Vista Resort in Orange Beach, Alabama. Location right across the street from the ocean. Very sandy beaches. I've never seen that sand that white. I come from Croatian coast, so this is good for me. Location is a very good feature. Right next to the Gulf State Park, which is hugely popular with the locals. There's a large campground with about 500 sites. So there's about 1,000 people just using that. There's about 27 miles of trails, which we utilized a lot for biking and cycling. So that location is great. Beaches across the main road. I think it's called Perdido Boulevard or Beach Boulevard or something like that. So it's a maybe quarter-mile hike, but not very difficult to get to. So definitely a plus if you like that. One thing we learned here, staying at Orange Beach on the Saturday, 3 days before the Mardi Gras, actually we were surprised by massive party. About 2.5 mile length main road was closed for the parade, and we thought, having some background on the Mardi Gras and Easter and all that was basically New Orleans. But the Mardi Gras actually started just not too far from here in Mobile, Alabama, and they claim that's their fame kind of thing. But it was a huge, I don't know, 40,000-60,000 people showed up for this thing. I mean, it was just incredible. So the 2 days later, when we were heading to Mobile, they said in the morning on the radio there were 7 different parades happening that day on Fat Tuesday, and we said, nah, we're good with the very first one we saw actually on Saturday. So yeah, hugely, they know how to party here. They love parades and any kind of partying. A couple of things to like to visit here is a Battleship Memorial just in Mobile, about 45 minutes drive from here. Includes the Battleship Alabama, of course, as well as a submarine drum, which this is the most time I spend inside the submarine and inside a battleship, because probably 80% of the rooms were actually open and access and hands-on and whatever you wanted to do. So we spent between 3 and 4 hours touring those two. There were a few aircraft outside and some artillery pieces, whatnot. But the battleship and the submarine are definitely worth your time and worth the visit. And we also done another visit to Bellingham House and Gardens. That was a beautiful site. The former, not a plantation, but the guy I think made the money in Coca-Cola, early investor in Coca-Cola, and it's done well. It's about 60-acre property, just the house and gardens, and about the 900 total acres estate. So that was a neat thing to see as well. Food-wise, this is the oyster country. Oysters any which way, from raw, steamed, fried, whatever. I'm not a big oyster fan, but seafood restaurants were not as many as I expected. We did manage to have a good lunch here with the fish. A place called De Soto's restaurant. This is not a promotional, but it's just very popular with locals and especially senior citizens like us. So enjoyed our stay here, and we'll be back at some point if things line up properly. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next video and as we travel across the country.